sebuah dunia yang baru di bawah kita.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of DigitalFuntime. I'm your host Vipar. Today we are going to look at the game called From Dusk, released by Ubisoft. This game is a god simulator. If you've ever played a game like Black and White, you will really enjoy this game, of course given that you enjoyed Black and White. So the history of this game, or the plot of this game, is simple. You are the breath of God. That is the little snake you see flying around on the screen in the background. And your job is to lead a bunch of people from point A to B over and over again in different fashions. The first few levels are very simple. You are given, as you see, a lot of dirt, and you can move the dirt around by left mouse clicking, and you can drop it again by right mouse clicking. You can also pick up water, but you can't pick up concrete, like the stone you see, the dark areas there. So in this game I was just flying around a bit, trying to get used to control. I've tried the controller, the pad, and the controls don't really feel very smooth or anything like that. But I've also tried the mouse and the keyboard, and the keyboard is kind of obsolete since you can play this game entirely by the mouse, and it doesn't really feel like they used a lot of time trying to make the controls good on the mouse and keyboard. So, because the controls feel very clunky, they don't feel very smooth. But other than that, I guess you just have to get used to it. So, this game looks stunning, I must say. I'm running this game at absolute highest graphics possible, and I'm running at max speed as well. In this, as you can see in this video, the quality should be fairly decent. So yeah, this game also has side objectives, and you can't get any achievements from this game even though it was bought on Steam. The side objectives gives you little pieces of memories from the tribe apparently, and these are works like trophies. You don't have to get them, but they're there if you want to. So the original idea for this game, as the developer have said, was to make you feel like you were in the sandbox again, just as when you were a kid and you were building things like sand castles and the likes. And they've captured that concept very well. You can pick up, as I said, dirt, you can pick up water, you can pick up lava later, and you can use all these elements to create new land, re-sculpt the land as you want, or create new floods or whatever. This makes the game very, let's say, very exciting, because you're the master of this land. You are the one who's going to sculpt it. You're the one who's going to decide, well, do I want a pond there? Do I want a pond there? Don't I want a pond there? Do I want to make a mountain? And all that good stuff. A problem I have with this game, besides the controls, are a few other things. The let's say the AI of the game is kind of weird in some places, because when you make a path for the people to walk past, they will choose a path to go themselves, and usually that's the shortest way from point A to B. But the problem is that sometimes that route is very, let's just say, questionable, and you start to question whether they even looked at the path you made or not. And that's what the thing. You can't direct these people. You can only tell them go here, and they will do so in their own fashion. So that's another problem. As you can see now, they're making a path for themselves, so they start running along this path. Made a path from where they start to where they have to go. They might not agree with the path you made, and they might choose another path to take instead. So most of the time these people seems rather helpless. But later in the game you'll find that the people of this game are not helpless at all. You just have to push them in the right direction. But we'll come to that later. So this game has been in development for quite some time. I've been following it since day one. Or well, the first diary was given. And I must say that the game have come a long way. To begin with, it looked like Black and White. You were given a hand and you could sculpt the land as you pleased. But now it's been this breath of God. You are the breath of creation. As you go along, you are going to find totems. And these totems, as you can see in the game right now, they have special powers, or well, some of them do, not all of them. And these come in handy when you go to the specific scenarios that the game put you through in the campaign. And here's one of the quirks I was talking about. You can't go into sandbox mode without completing the campaign. This is a big disappointment to me, because I was feeling like I just wanted to get in the game, started building my island. I even have an idea for an island already, and I can't do this because the developers want me to see what they've made first. So that's kind of a disappointment. So, I've been talking a lot, now I'm just letting the video play in the background and I'll return to you shortly. Whenever you've taken all the totems of an island, the people will do what is called a passing, which means that you jump along to the next island. And I believe the game has about 10 or 12 islands that you can visit as you go. And remember I said that the people here seem very helpless, and this is true, but in this case you're going to see how the people can take care of themselves if you just push them in the right direction. This icon you see up to the middle kind of is an indicator of a natural disaster, and the game makes you aware of this at the start of this level so that you can go to this stone, which will teach people how to repel water, because in this case the natural disaster is going to be a tsunami. Yeah, you can use a little function to zoom in on people if you so desire. And what this basically means is that if water comes too near your village and tries to flood it, they can repel the water all the time until you either remove it or until it's gone by itself. One thing you have to understand about dust in this game is that when you place it on the ground like this, the water will gradually take it away, just like you would see if you dropped earth into, or well, dust into water normally. It will be taken down river. So now the guy is going back to the village and about repelling water, and they're going to use this to repel the upcoming tsunami you'll see in a short moment. It's quite an interesting fact that they went from complete island construction to this kind of gameplay instead, the more black and white kind of gameplay. Personally, I can't tell if I like this more than the building idea, but some people will argue that it's good to have some kind of objective other than just constructing islands. At this point in time, I still didn't know how to rotate the camera because the game never told me how to do that, and I didn't check the controls. I hope you've enjoyed this first episode. Please leave feedback in the comments below this video and tell me what I did good, what I did wrong. And I will see you next time. My name's been Vipar.